Good morning and congratulations to the class of 2020. I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge all the families, friends, administrators, faculty, staff, students, alumni, community members, and all others neath the elms of our dear old Trinity. Still got to work on that. This is truly a beautiful moment, and I am grateful that we have the opportunity to celebrate with one another. I think the most beautiful part of celebrating success in whatever form or fashion is the gathering of people through presence and or memory. It is the idea of shared community. Through our celebrations of success, we gather with the people we could not have done it without, those who may not have had such opportunities, and those we wanted to make proud. Look around. What a privilege it is for us to be in community with one another. And for those who may not have anyone present, or who do but are also holding on to people through your memory of them, my heart is with you. For those who acknowledge and remember the people who are no longer with us, the ones who could have been here 2 years ago, but not now. Those who did not have the access or resources to get here. Those who were influential but unaccepting. And those who are yet to come and we are seeking to pave the way for them. I invite us all to live in this moment of acknowledging community through presence and memory. As we all think back to these people and the respective stories we share with them, we understand that this success belongs to them as well. Can we give them all a round of applause? Success also belongs to the class of 2020 as a collective, and I want to revisit the last time we recognized that. March of 2020 to be exact. We all started receiving the news around COVID-19, and before I go any deeper, what I'm about to say probably was not the best idea, but in our defense, we honestly did not know any better. It was then that we all began gathering in the Crescent parking lot and all throughout campus. Shout out to those memories. And although sad and confused in the moment, I never felt a stronger sense of community. And I am sure we can all agree. We made our relationships with one another a priority and recognized that the only way to weather the storm that was in front of us was to do it together. And even after COVID-19 disrupted our ability to be in community through proximity, we learned to do so virtually. It was through our unique care for one another that we successfully made it to the end of the semester, despite all the many moments of wanting to give up when we realized our time apart was more than just an extended spring break. Success belongs to us because when it mattered most, we did it as a community. Most importantly, success belongs to you. And when I say that, I mean each of us individually. We must never forget that the very lifeline of success has a pulse because it beats through you. I think sometimes we forget that. We can get so caught up in the pursuit of titles and accolades, all while trying to live up to the standards set before us by society, we forget to own our success. And if we're not careful, we can so easily go through this entire weekend without being proud of ourselves for such an accomplishment. But I remind you that we graduated in a pandemic, and I'm even speaking to myself, that we graduated during a time where the whole world stopped, during a time where most businesses and institutions lost their footing. Some of us pursued further education during one of its most uncertain times. Some of us were forced to enter probably one of the most difficult job markets, and through it all, 2 years later, here you are. We all deserve the right to be proud of ourselves. During these past 2 years, each of us inevitably had those me versus me moments where even if so much was done around us and for us, we had to face ourselves, show up, put the work in, and really make it happen to be able to share in this moment right now. Nobody can take that from us. You know your story. So yes, share this moment of success, but don't forget to own it for yourself as well. The unique part of living through our introduction of the pandemic during such a pivotal transitional period of our lives was that we were able to reinvent and even discover the talents, gifts, and abilities that lie deep within to shine during a moment like this. And lastly, of course we are the class of 2020 because we perfectly executed the vision to make manifest the mission of this institution by engaging, connecting, and transforming. The beauty of our engagement is that it went far beyond the classroom. I think back to how we used what we learned in classrooms, at club meetings, and on athletic fields to engage the city of Hartford and beyond. And here we are, engaging one last time by reminiscing the past 6 years of our lives. And the question becomes, how do we walk from this quad into the greatest versions of ourselves? How do we go out and be all that we have ever dreamed of? How do we go off and live transformed lives? What is interesting about Trinity's mission statement is that the word connect lies between engage and transform. I'd like to argue if this institution taught us anything, if COVID-19 taught us anything, and if this very moment of shared time teaches us anything, it's that the bridge we need in order to walk into our transforming lives lies within the power of community. That is what connect means at its core, building community. Although your community and my community may look different, although our communities may have evolved since we last gathered, even if these past 2 years have interfered with our ability to be in community with each other, we still all are here together, everyone under the sound of my voice, on a day like today, to represent one community as Trinity College Bantams. So the charge is to live transformed lives and to make this world a better place for such a time as this. But remember that it is powered by community. Let us enjoy one another's presence, and let us hold true to the ideals of community by accepting one another, accepting who and what we come from, and standing boldly to represent all that this college embodies. However you feel led, share in the community today, for we will never be together like this again. Seize the moment. Build and connect in community so we might leave this place ready to continue to live transformed lives. Congratulations again to the class of 2020. Thank you.
Well, I have to tell you, I think that was one of the best graduation speeches that I have heard since I have been here.